Tiffany. Hi. Is that good? Ah, hello. Hi. Happy Monday. My mic is cracking. Is it still cracking? How's that? Is that better? Scratchy. I'm frozen. Why do I have so many problems? Wait, like static. There's someone. There's construction. There's someone. Someone's doing work outside. Um. Thank you. Let me try something. Is this better? Is this better? That's better. So my phone is better. Okay. I don't know what's up with this. Let me try moving into this again. Okay, how is that? Is that bad again? Is it bad? So this is good now? Bad? Keep talking, keep talking. Much better. Is it much better? Better, but still some static on the phone. Better now, better, better, better. Is it better? It's good. Kinda better, not that much. Still static. Okay, let me change this to iPhone again. Better. Is this better? This better. Better than before. Better, better, better. It's a lot better on the phone. Wow. Okay. Then let me do it on the phone. Okay. Phone is clear. Okay, I'll just talk as close as I can to my phone. Hello. Okay, let me figure out a way on how to make it steadier. It's my PJs. Am I the only streamer who actually does it on my PJ? Probably not, right? I'm assuming that there are others who actually do. Um, okay, I'm just about to say hi because we solved our
phone problem. Tape your phone on my mic. I'll just do it this way. Is that good? I'm just gonna have to remember to not move a whole lot and move closer as well. Okay. Hello. All right. Let me say hi to everybody. Hi to everyone. We just solved our audio issue. So um, let me say hi to everybody. Beth, Netskanda, Saskia, Denil, Leah, Orchid, um, Hanako Grace, Juveline, Alta 444, Elizar, Carol Faye, Amy C., Lisa Parker, Michelle Santiago, Seda, A. Brown, Elizar, Beth, Silver Star, Jungkook Taeyong, Nadira, Viv So 5376, Leah Warburton, Netskanda, Roots Fisher, Elizar, Jommer Squirrel, Hanako Grace, Anne Eiling, Iris Matthew, Jungkook Taeyong, oh, I've said hi to you already, Emily Trendler, oh 07 Purple Pearls, Lisa Parker, Lindsay 0613, Drummer Squirrel, Carol Faye, Robin, Bryce, Genesis, Arlene, Bess, okay, Ruth Fisher, Olivia Tran. I'm so conscious about mine. I want to make sure that even if I move, you can still catch my audio. Okay. Jazzy, Beth, Juveline, Nadira, Lindsay, PZ48128, Pia, Lisa Parker, Robin Carr, Elizar, Seda, Silver Star. Okay, I think I've said hi to everybody. Oh, PZ48128, Jazzy D 24/7, Seda, Drummer, Squirrel, Vivso 5376, A Brown, Wine Goddess, Olivia Tran, Coogie Naders on Twitch, Bangy Luna, Bang Luna, 7 Purple Pearls. Okay. Naicha, DNT, CMB Family, Aussie Nugget, iCarmi, CLC 11, Jet Soriano, Kathy. Okay. Hi, everybody. Okay, I'm gonna try my best to not move a whole lot, so that my audio stays steady. I want to attempt this again. Let me know.
Is this better? Or is there still static? Hi, Tickle Lady. Lynn. Is there still static? Better? It works better? Better than this one? Better than the one that it's fine now? Okay. Good now. Okay, no static. Okay. Maybe it was just a glitch or something. I prefer to use this one only because I didn't charge my phone. It's like maybe 35-40%. I don't know if it's gonna it's gonna last 2 hours. Okay. Perfect. All right. Yay. And then I can move back a little bit. Colleen, oh my God. Welcome back, Colleen. Haven't seen you in a while. How are you? Okay, Colleen is like one of our originals, but I think she went on vacation, a very long vacation, because I haven't seen her in a while. Okay, um, perfect. Okay, so we have quite a number of topics to cover today. I will, as I've said in my topics, we will just try to go. You sound like your phone battery. Hi, Colleen. I miss you too. Okay, so we will try to go through as many topics as we can, and then whatever we don't finish, then we'll just go through that. We'll talk about that in the next one. So let's go through the negative one first, and someone already talked about this. So I was in Guangwamun, remember, and I did tell you that one of the major concerns in the area was like real threats, actually, actual threats. This weren't just like people posting online. There were actual real threats, and that actually resulted to the police being so strict as to who can actually enter the area. And I'm not just talking about the Guangwamun area itself, but like the perimeter that they set around the Guangwamun Square, which is pretty big, and that sort of really limited the amount of people that can enter. I told you guys that my daughter, my niece, when so I arrived first, um, a day before. I arrived the day before, and I went live. I live stream my arrival. I live stream my walk around the area. So what happened was what happened? Okay, so I was um checked in another hotel, but for my longer stay I was checked in another hotel. But no, Airbnb. But um for the 2 days, for the 2 nights, I was checked in a hotel that was very close to where Guangwamun was. So I had to bring my luggage to the hotel where I was going to be for the concert night itself. And so that's why I was able to walk around. And even then, we were already being told and we were already being warned about real threats. And that's why police was actually really becoming extra strict. Now, my daughter, my niece, arrived the day of the early morning, the day of the concert itself. So that was 21, right? Okay, 21. So she arrived 21 very early in the morning. I was there 19. So when she got there, the stop closest to Guangwamun was already closed. And so she had to and then the other stop second closest to Guangwamun was already closed. And so she had to get off the train station second third closest to Guangwamun. So she had to walk with her two very heavy luggages. She had to walk um I don't know, a mile or two or something like that, but it took her over an hour to do it. So she was actually very tired to the point where she barely spoke with me and we haven't seen each other in a while. And she didn't have any energy to do it, and they were being informed that it was just because there were security concerns, and so everyone was so strict. So one of the this is one of the many, by the way. So there was this guy who started posting about throwing bottled gasoline to the concert itself to harm both BTS and BTS armies. Now, one post is one thing. He posted 22 times. And at some point he was detailing how he was actually going to do it. And so the day itself, so someone reported, armies were pretty prompt when it comes to stuff like that. And so they were reporting to the police. They did catch him less than a day after he started posting all of it. And so these are some of the things that he said, that he said that the venue would become a sea of fire and that he would set it on fire. So they found 22 separate threatening comments in relation to the event. So authorities arrested him within 5 hours since he posted all the 22 threats. And they were, one of the things that you can say about, one of the good things that you can say about South Korea is that they are pretty advanced when it comes to, and strict when it comes to IPs and connections. So they were able to trace him easy. They arrested him. And then during the investigation, the guy said that, oh, I didn't mean it. I was just trying to catch attention. Sure, you were. Now you got our attention. You wanted attention? You have it. Okay, so they sentenced him to 10 months in prison, and then but they suspended it for 2 years. So a suspended prison sentence means he does not need to serve the 10 months. It just means that for 2 years he's sort of like under like strict guidance. And so for as long as he does not break his probation, then he won't have to serve the 10 months. And then he also had to serve 200 hours of community service, and then probation, and then of course he was under probation for 2 years. So that's what the suspended prison sentence now means. Now the court did say that that was a huge thing, because remember, it would be one thing if I say like, "Oh, I'm gonna slap you when I see you." Like if I want to threaten someone, right? Like I'm gonna slap you when I see you. Like you, John Smith, I'm gonna slap you when I see you, or I'm gonna punch you when I see you. That's one threat. I'm threatening one person to another. I'm 5 feet. What can I do? So that's one thing, right? But he is making a threat in a huge public event that the whole world is watching. You cannot ignore it. If you're the police, it would be very, very irresponsible for you to ignore it. So they couldn't ignore it. However, so the court said, we have to take that into consideration. However, he did admit it. He was like, well, yeah, I did it. And so that's why they suspended the prison sentence. That's the explanation of the court why they suspended the prison sentence. Okay. The police, though, was not happy about it. They were like, this is, again, making threats towards one person is one thing. Making a threat towards an event where hundreds and thousands of people will be there, that's one thing. So they pursued more from the guy. So they're asking for 2.28 million won in fine. Still not enough. I think it's about 1650 USD. I'm like, that's not gonna teach anybody a lesson. So if the court doesn't wanna put him in prison, go for something bigger. Like actually make a case on what that threat actually cost you. Because that meant making the perimeter larger, putting more police officers there, stricting access to the area, all of those things. So I don't understand why you're only asking for 2.28 million 2.28 million Korean won, or 1650 US dollars in damages. So the amount reportedly reflects the public resources and manpower expended in responding to and investigating the threat. Now, someone actually said that, well, it's not the only threat that they responded to, so you can't put everything on that one guy. So these are some of the things that they actually did in response to the threats and all the things that they were getting. So they actually raised the terror alert level around Guangwamun. That's why they were very, very strict. They were frisking everybody, deploying approximately 6,500 to 6,700 police officers, mobilizing police commandos and special units. We actually saw snipers on, on the roof of different buildings, mobilizing police commandos and special units, installing metal detectors and multiple layers of barriers. I had to get frisked whenever we go in and out of the area, restricting firearm withdrawals by licensed gun owners, closing subway lockers at multiple stations. So this was a huge thing because the lockers in subway stations, that's actually widely used by foreign by visitors, by tourists. A lot of people who many of you may not know this, but there's a lot of people who would actually go to Korea, and not book a hotel until the next day, because there are different ways on how you can spend the night. One of which is, if you have luggages, you can actually rent a locker in subway stations, and you keep your, and then get it back the next day when it's time for you to go to your hotel. And then some of them would just go spend the night in a spa, in a 24-hour spa, where you can actually just rest, you can sleep there. So a lot of people would actually do that. And then others would just spend the night going around different, like, drinking area. And then usually there are stores there that would close when it's sunrise, when the sun rises. And then there are stores that would open when the stores would close when the sun sets, and then other stores would open when the sun rises. And then another way other people would spend their day would be in PC Bang, PC play area. So a lot of people would do that. And so they would usually keep their luggages in the subway station, subway lockers. So when they closed it, a lot of people did not know what to do, and there was no warning. And according to the police, there was no warning because initially they weren't really planning on it. They had to because of the threats. Okay, creating a government high security hotline specifically related to BTS threats. And apparently they were busy. So it appeared to be a part of the broader effort by South Korean authorities to deter false threats reports aimed at public events, including, especially, which started because of the BTS Gwangwamun comeback concert. Okay. So they're saying that this is more than anything, this is kind of like a warning to everyone who's doing this, because there's a lot of people that would be careless in their words and just say like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna." And we know that BTS has been a recipient of those many threats. So the police kind of wants to make this a sample to everybody. So to them, the 1600 may not be much, and it may still be suspended prison sentence, but at least there's something on his record, and people are more aware that the police will actually more than willing to hunt you down if you post anything like that. So that's kind of their play. That is the explanation why they pursued more from him even after he was already sentenced. And then and that's why they're asking for money, although it's not much. So according to, so there, but as I've mentioned, there were many other threats that happened. There were other publications who actually reported on it, including Korea Herald, Chosun, Jongang Daily, many others. They all wrote about the thousands of threats they were getting. So I know I've mentioned this to you before after I did the when I told you about my Guangwamun experience, that I felt like they were too strict to the point that um, they did not allow many people in. Like, they actually deterred people from going into the area. Never mind the Guangwamun Square. Never mind that. Although I think that was also way too strict. Never mind the Guangwamun Square, but just the area, the vicinity of the Guangwamun. So I felt like you could have allowed more people there. There were many, 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 many armies who really wanted to go inside the area, but because they had to walk at least a mile to get inside, or at least go as close as they could to the square, they just couldn't. Many of them had mobility issues. South Korea doesn't have a slew of mobility devices for rent because people there just walk. So that was like one of the reasons that there weren't as many people within the area. But in Seoul itself, there were like 220 people. And then there were more who actually decided to go out of Seoul because what's the point? Okay. Um, but compared to other cities around the world, Seoul and Busan seems to be the worst in organizing themselves. Um, I think one of the reasons that they became extra careful was the tragedy. What do you call that? The Hongdae. Was it Hongdae? Where there was a stampede during the Halloween celebration. So there was a stampede, and like thousands of people lost their lives. So Itaewon, okay, Itaewon. So Itaewon is actually like has quite a history. So that unfortunately happened before the BTS comeback. So so I mean, regardless of when it happened, it's still like a very, very unfortunate thing. But where I'm coming from is that the strict implementation of the Gwangwamun security was, I think, in part a response to the Itaewon tragedy. It was so fresh in their memory, and they didn't want to repeat that. And I think in part that is where the Busan thing also happened. Anyway, so that's I think part of the reason they were so strict. But if you look at um there were a lot of things that were obviously like not something that Hybe would have done. For example, allowing, like, I think they would have prioritized at the very least BTS armies in the ticketing. At least give BTS armies member, like, the pre-sales for the tickets, but they opened it to everybody right off the bat. Um and I think it was all because of the influence influence of the local government. They had to do it that way because it's a public place. Even though they're paying for it, it's still a historical area. So I think that was like dictated by the police and the city government. Okay. All right. So that is the news. So it's good that he was actually caught, but I think they should be catching more with the amount of threats that they experienced that day, that they got that day. I think they should be doing more, but at least they got one, you know. Okay, and also because of Netflix. Yeah, and then the other thing is remember there was Goyang 2 weeks after, right? So I think a lot of armies already set their plans for the Goyang comeback. And so when they announced it, you're like, and it's like 2 weeks apart. Like, am I gonna go home? Like, if you're coming from Europe, for example, am I gonna stay for 2 more weeks just so I could do the Goyang? It's kind of like, yeah, a lot of things played into it. All right. Um, I know BTS had sweet words for Busan, but things have to improve if they play there again. Oh, for sure. I think I think. Okay, next, let's do Busan. Okay, after Busan, because that's such a heavy topic, we're gonna go through some pictures so that we can all relax. How's that? How's that as a plan? Okay, where is my Busan? Itaewon in Seoul, Gwangwamun in Seoul, Busan, all of them show that South Korea is way over their heads in coping with large events. In all fairness to Seoul and to Busan, they do have large events. They have many large events. I think there's something about BTS that pressures them to no end. Either that, or there is this desire to control BTS so much that they end up messing them up. There's a lot of big events in Seoul, and even in Busan. So I also don't understand why are they so frantic when it comes to BTS? Like when it comes to BTS, they're like, I don't know. There's this desire to hold them back, control them, to get credit, to make people realize that BTS is not bigger than Seoul. That, I don't know. I don't know. But I feel like there's that, like you can't just do this. Like there's always have they always have this desire to prove that BTS is not bigger than Seoul, or BTS is not bigger than the government. I mean, in terms of popularity, or BTS is not bigger than South Korea. I don't know. I don't understand where it's coming from. Okay, so I've had some people actually come to me. Some many actually were present in Busan. So they told me, actually, there's one of you, but I did not ask permission if I could say her name, but I incorporated the things that she talked about, that she told me, in the things that I'm going to be talking about now. Okay. So this photo was taken right around 3 a.m. on the first day of the concert. And these are stranded, mostly foreigners. They did not know what to do. There were no the subway did not extend their service. So what happened was, there were a lot, because the hotel prices in Busan were just getting too much. It was just that a lot of their hotel reservation, um they canceled it just as so they can increase the price. And it got to a point, there were others who were increasing their prices by like 7%, 10%, whatever. So allegedly, a lot of, I guess allegedly, because this is just some people sending me their experience. So I should say allegedly. So allegedly, many of them actually um, checked in Daegu, or farther from Asian Asian main stadium, because that's the only way they could get cheaper prices. And so a lot of these people were counting on the subway to get them out or buses to get them out of Busan, going into Daegu or other like nearby areas. So when there was no subway, no train services, and no buses, they got stuck. So this was a picture taken 3 a.m. of the same day, because they did not know where to go. Worse was that they they Busan did not provide any English speaker who could assist people. And so many of them did not speak English. A lot of them would, and I told you that my friend, when she tried using Papago, naturally she would speak into Papago. Papago would translate it, and then she would try and have her phone be read by the staff member. They got angry, like, why are you shoving your phone to my face, or something. Like, maybe she does not know, she doesn't really understand what they're talking about, but they got just angry at her whenever she would try to have them read her phone. But for her, she didn't have any choice, because she does not speak Korean. And that was the same thing for many people. So they were stranded at 3 a.m. The Uber and other ride share were getting too expensive. So a lot of people actually got stranded. Many of them stayed on the street for the day, until, sorry, not for the day, but until sunrise, until the train station service actually got back on, which was usually like 6 a.m. or something. So this is one of the articles written, and there was actually one owner of a store, and then several like accommodation owners in the area who got interviewed, and they said that they were really worried, because they saw a lot of female fans, and a lot of female fans who were foreigners, who were just on the street, like literally sitting on the sidewalk. That was happened. And some of them tried to take in as many as they could. And I think I told you that my friend actually found a like a monastery, a temple or something like that, who was actually allowing her to come in. But there were so many people, and and she thought like, oh, am I gonna stay here for the next 3, 4, 5 hours and not rest, not whatever? So she was like, I'm just gonna walk. So she she wasn't alone in that experience. Other people were also just hoping someone would just allow them into their house or in a store so that they can wait there until, have a place to sit until they can actually go out and catch the earliest train or the earliest bus. So there were locals in Busan who were actually trying to help the those that were stranded in the street. However, there were also some newspapers and journalists that were actually praising armies, the crowd. So they said, according to the report of Big Hit, I told you that Big Hit would actually submit a report or a PR to different publications after the event. And according to Big Hit, there were at least 110,000 people in Asia. So 2 days, so 55,000 each day. And despite all the problems that they encountered, especially in day one, there were actually no casualties, meaning there was no stampede. There were no people who got hurt because of it. No crimes. No one was fighting, at least not among armies. So in this article, they actually praised other armies who tried their very best to help other armies who were stranded. So they said that on the next day, so these are the bots coming out of the Asian based. You know how our armies are actually called bots, right? So you see the bots in action live. These are the bots. There were many of them. I don't know how armies actually managed to create this many bots. So these are people going out of the Asian main stadium. Now, according to the article, the next day, so the 12th was like when the chaos happened. But the next day, there were actually army volunteers. So um and they made sure, so army volunteers had sash on them. They had a sash and then or some sort of a pin or whatever, and those sash and pins would say like, I speak English, if you need help ask me, something like that. Or and then others like, I speak Spanish, if you need help ask me, something like that. So and then there were other armies who also had some like just first aid kit on them, band-aids, stuff like that. And these are just armies who just did it by themselves. Like they did not sign up for anything. They were just like, we're going to be here. We're going to help people who need help. And so they said that part of the organization of day 2 was army volunteers, and the article actually credited them for it. And they also said that another thing that was good about armies is that despite all the problems that were encountered, whenever someone gives armies instructions, they would do it. So for example, as you know, in the concerts of BTS, they would exit by section, right? The egress of people is by section so that they avoid the swarm of people, the crowd, the rush of the crowd. So, and the article said that they were so surprised that when armies were told, please remain seated and we will call you when it's your section's turn to exit, that no armies complained. Everyone sat down. And then they said that there were actually several armies who started collecting trash, helping people in the stadium to clean up and stuff like that. So they said that, if there's any kind of organization that happened, um, it was in large part because of armies. Okay, so number one thing that happened, according to the different stories by people who attended, is that number one, there were no signs and not enough people that guided them. Sorry, there's no M that guided them. So the people that attended, in Goyang and also in Gwangwamun, the minute you exit, so the one advantage of Goyang is that the train station is right in front of Goyang Stadium. So as soon as you get off the station, so you get off, it's right on your side. So there's like, maybe if there was no crowd, it'll be like a 2-minute walk to crossroads, the crossroad, and then the traffic's light, and then you'll just cross that and you're in the property. So that's one advantage. Now for Ashad, you have to walk several more than 10 minutes to get to the nearest train station. So that, they said, is a disadvantage. And then what Busan did was close the station closest to Ashad. So then people had to walk longer. Okay. So that was a challenge for people who had mobility issues and stuff like that. Okay, so there were no signs. Now in Goyang, the minute I got off the train itself, right in front of me was a huge sign, gigantic sign translated into several different languages, Chinese, English, and Japanese, telling me where to go. I do not have to ask anybody. I do not have to pause because it's right there, right in front of me, pointing me to where I am supposed to go. And it's colored purple, so I know that it is directed towards me. Just in case I don't speak any of the three languages they translate. I think they also translated it in Spanish. So, and there were no signs in Busan. Okay. So people were like, where are we gonna go? So if the train station is farther from the stadium, not everyone has, the presence of mind to download Naver maps or whatever. The tendency of people is to slow down, and that causes traffic. When you have thousands of people walking the same direction, you slow down, you're going to slow down everybody else. There are no signs, so people were like, okay, where are we supposed to go? And the people asking other people, that contributed to the traffic. Okay, now, um, and then there were also like a shortage of people, that staff members and police officers and government employees that would help people that were lost and didn't know what to do. So, since there were no signs, no one really knew where the entrance was. And then the other problem was that it's the direction as to how you can walk around um, Goyang, around Busan Asiad was one way. So it always, like, you always have to go one way. So even if you're very close to, but it's right behind you, you have to go around to get to it because it's one way. You have to walk around. And so that contributed, they said, to this chaos. Okay, so all right. Now, someone posted, we are having negativity here. No, I'm actually clarifying something. And then after this, we're going to have a lot of emotional support pics. Okay, so someone posted, I did not put the name. The objective is not to point or not to attract attention towards the post. I just want to clarify what she said. So this is the post. And she said that according to Korea Performance Act, Article 11 to 2 and Enforcement Decree, Article 9 to 2, and the Framework Act, please concentrate on me. Concentrate on what I'm saying. So personnel responsible for concert crowd flow, management, ticket inspection, seating, guidance, and zone-specific safety fence control are contract and deployed on-site by the organizing agency. Okay, that's what she said. According to her, according to the regulation, the one responsible for that is the organizing agency. In this case, in the case of stadiums, the stadium management entity merely hands over the physical facilities such as gates, electricity, and basic lighting on the day of the rental, and does not provide any crowd guidance personnel. Therefore, the organizing agency is 100% responsible for hiring and managing the staff. In other words, yesterday's chaos on the 12th has nothing to do with the city of Busan or the stadium. Korean performance law clearly stipulates that HI bears 100% of the responsibility. Okay, and it went viral. All right. So let's talk about that. Now, to clarify everything, I actually read the entire regulation. I read it line by line. And then I tried to figure it out. I tried to understand it. As you know, one of my closest friends is a lawyer, and he happens to be native Korean. And so I actually asked him to clarify, like if there's something I wasn't sure of, and the things, everything I'm going to tell you now, I actually consulted him about it. And so he clarified that I'm correct and whatever, but still, I still have to say I'm not a lawyer. So this is just initial research. Okay. Okay. That's one. Number two, I am in no way claiming that Hybe or Big Hit does not have responsibility, or they don't bear any form of responsibility for what happened. I am not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all. Okay. I am saying that there is no single entity that may be blamed for what happened, according to how I understand the regulation. So that's one. Second is that we are in no position, no one is in no position, no one is in any position to say who is actually 100% responsible for this. What we have is regulations and interpretation and facts. And then whoever was at fault, it has to be figured out by the entities that actually worked on the event. Okay. All right. Okay. So I read all of it. All right. All of that. Read it. There were two regulations here. Okay. Now, under the Korean law, um, there are major players involved. One is the performance organizer or the promoter. This is the entity holding the event. The law calls this a person who intends to perform or a person who intends to present a performance. And this is where the confusion actually started, because I think the person who posted that interpreted the performance organizer or the promoter to be Big Hit slash BTS. She said that, I think in her interpretation, that means the performance organizer or the promoter is Big Hit. Okay. I think that's where the confusion was coming from. Now, the responsibilities, this was enumerated in the regulation. I did not make any of this up. I did not delete anything. I did not add anything. This is exactly as it appears in the regulation. Submitting a disaster response plan for the large events, creating security plans, deploying safety personnel, appropriating safety management fees, establishing a safety management organization, conducting safety education, and reporting accidents. Okay, that's what the regulation stated. Okay, those are the responsibilities. It seems that according to Articles 9, 9.2, 9.3, 9.4, and 9.6, that's Dream With Us. That is the event organization that is affiliated some way or another to Kakao. So all of these responsibilities, that falls under Dream With Us, not under Big Hit. Okay. Next. Yes, I read all of it. And then there's the performance hall organizer. This is the venue manager. This is the person in charge of operating the venue. Okay, in Busan's case, that would most likely whoever is operating the Busan Asian main stadium. And that happens to be the city government. They own it, they operate it. Okay. All right. The responsibilities: maintain a disaster response plan every year, manage venue facilities, maintain emergency procedures, maintain safety management organizations, conduct safety inspections, maintain stage safety, maintain venue infrastructure. Okay. So anyone who actually, I did not put it here in the slides, but anyone who wants to put up like a performance hall, like a stadium, a arena, or a theater, they actually need to get a permit. That is standard in any country, even in third world countries. If you ever are going to build a venue where you will be renting it out, you do need to get a permit. Okay. And then there are inspections that are required. And for your venue to have the license to operate every year, you have to renew your license every year. And so all of these things you need to submit on a yearly basis, sometimes twice a year. Okay. And sometimes when you are asked to do it. Our Article 9, again, I did not add anything. I did not delete anything. Article 9 specifically states that the disaster response plan must include duties and management organization of the person who manages the facilities of the performance hall. Okay? And that's clearly not the organizer, that is the venue operator. The organizer is Dream With Us. They are the ones who put together the concert. They did not creatively, but logistically. They were the ones who put together the concert. Dream With Us. And then the venue operator is ASHED, Main Stadium, which is owned by the city government. Okay. Next, um, the local government has a huge role. It has a huge, gigantic role, and it is actually written in the regulation. It says that the law repeatedly requires filing plans with special self-governing city mayor, provincial governor, or head of Shigungu. That's like a Korean term. Okay, so head of the place, the venue, something like that. Okay, so even the city government has a role in that. So, okay, a lot of people remember that they complained about this event utilizing government employees. The regulations actually state that when there is a performance in that hall where the place is located, automatically the local government has responsibility. It doesn't matter what your citizen actually says. If there is an event in that hall, and it doesn't have to be a stadium, it could be an arena, it could be a theater. If there is something happening in that hall, it becomes the responsibility of the local government to manage everything else that is outside the responsibility of the performance hall manager and the organizer. And that includes traffic, flow, um, transportation, safety. It is automatic. Okay. All right. Next. The government is not a passive observer. It receives plans, it reviews plans, it oversees compliance, and it can require modification. The legal framework assumes the government participation. It assumes it, it actually requires it. Okay? So you do not get, as a citizen of this country or of that city, you do not get to complain why the local government is participating in that event because it is required by the law. Okay. Now, why can't HYBE just operate the venue? Because it is not theirs. Okay. Do you think that an electrical system of a stadium, someone can just walk in there and then study the entire thing in a week and say, okay, got it. I have everything in place. I know where the switch is. I know what happens if there's an emergency. I got it. Pay me, I will take care of the concert. Are you freaking nuts? Someone can actually come into an electrical system of a place and not know what's happening after 2 months. And you expect something like this to be just handed over to somebody from HYBE? Does not happen. Not in Korea, not even in a third world country. So, BUSAN Asian is not HYBE property. It is a registered public sports facility. And that has a manager, and that happens to be the city government. The job of HYBE slash Big Hit is to make sure they pay they, they pay the venue so that the venue can pay its people so that they can do everything necessary to make sure that the concert actually becomes seamless. Okay. Next, the venue operator controls gates. This is what's in on the regulation. Okay. Remember, I did not invent anything. So the venue operator gates, building systems, electrical systems, emergency systems, stadium staffing, facility safety. That is all on the performance hall manager, the venue operator, not the organizer, not Dream With Us. It's on the venue. Okay. Funny thing that happened in Las Vegas, in Allegiant. We were checking in. This is for day 4. And this was when I had the VIP sound check tickets. And my mom walked in ahead of me. We were carrying the exact same bag. It was like opaque bag because I had all of my souvenirs in there, and then she had the other half. I She walked in, and then it was my turn. When it was my turn, the person in the stadium said, "You can't bring that in. That's not allowed." Of course, I'm not gonna snitch on my mom, right? I'm not gonna say she has the exact same bag. I was like, "Why?" I was like, This is." And she was like, I said I was allowed there because when we checked in, Hybe, Big Hit staff gave us the gifts. I'm assuming that's, or sorry, the organizer, Live Nation, I'm assuming. So they gave us, or it could be, I don't know, it could be Big Hit, whatever. So I was given the VIP package, so the gifts. And so I said it was given to me by them. Um, I think I said Big Hit, and the person screening me said, "I am not from Big Hit. I'm from Allegiant," which I knew. That wasn't my point. Anyway, I do not want to start a fight. I certainly do not want to not be allowed inside. I was like, "Okay, what do you want me to do?" And she said, "You're gonna have to get rid of that bag." I'm like, "Okay, I have stuff in here." And she said, "That's not my problem." All right, okay, no, I don't want to create any issue. So my point is that the screening to the entrance, that's the responsibility of the stadium, just like it is the responsibility of the stadium according to the regulation in Korea. Okay. Okay, so Hybe cannot legally decide how the stadium operates, how stadium gates are maintained, how venue infrastructure is managed, and how emergency systems are configured. Okay. So null is the ticket holder. They're the ones who actually issue tickets. That's how you buy tickets. They're in charge of the screening and they work with the venue. Okay. When Taylor Swift rents SoFi, think about it this way. When Taylor Swift rents SoFi, she doesn't become SoFi. She does not take over SoFi. The stadium still owns its management. They still have their own responsibility. And the city where SoFi is still has its own responsibility. She comes in, before she comes in, she pays. She gives whatever it is required that is required of her, and then she performs, and then she goes out. But it is not her responsibility to operate the stadium or to run traffic around SoFi. Okay. So what happened to your bag? I threw it. I had to throw it. I don't want to cause a scene. I don't want to be like not allowed to enter, I was like, obviously there she was probably targeting, I don't know. She woke up at the wrong side of the bed maybe. I have no abs because my mom was like right in front of me and we were carrying the exact same bag. Like identical, and whatever was in her bag was also in my bag. So I'm like, what? Are you correct? Anyway, okay. You know, things like that happen. Okay. Any person, so this is again one of the most important clauses that's missing in her interpretation in the interpretation of the one who posted that tweet. Any person intending to hold a performance at a facility other than a performance hall must submit a disaster response plan jointly with the operator of the facility or venue. So meaning the person who wants to hold the performance, which is Dream with Us, needs to submit a disaster response plan jointly with the operator of the venue. In this case, the venue is Asiad Main Stadium, owned by the city government. So Dream with Us and the stadium, city government, has to come up with a disaster management plan, and then they need to submit that to the government. Okay. Robin Bryce, that was funny. It was a little funny. I don't know if you're talking about my experience, but it's a little funny. It's a little funny on how like people. Anyway, she was probably tired. It was hot. She was standing there. She's been standing there for like 3 hours or whatever. Okay, so jointly is what they said. According to the law, jointly, organizer and venue operator must work together to write that disaster management plan. The regulations does not envision a single party doing everything. It is always a joint effort between different parties. Okay, now let's apply all of that regulation into Busan. Organizers or the promoter's responsibility. Fans unable to find the entrance, that's the responsibility of the organizer. Queue confusion, VIP distribution failures, insufficient crowd marshals, insufficient medical staff, poor admission procedures. According to their regulation, that has to be primarily the organizer's responsibility. But remember this, in their regulation itself, they always say, although you have your own responsibility, both the organizer and the venue operator has to work together. They have to work together. Okay. Venue operators' responsibility, gate operations, physical crowd routing, emergency infrastructure, and facility readiness. The venue operator has independent obligations under the law. So the ticketing, that's the responsibility of the organizer, which is Dream With Us with Null. Okay. All right. Next. City transportation responsibility. This falls under the city government. Subways not operating in with not extending their operation time. Buses not extending their operation time. Fans stranded on the street for hours. Lack of transportation and support, and foreign visitors unable to get assistance. That all of that is the responsibility of the city and the local government. Okay, so when people after the event, when people exited the event, everything that happened to them now becomes the responsibility of the city. So all of those people waiting outside, lounging around the sidewalks, not knowing what to do, getting stuck until 5, 6 a.m. in the morning, that's the responsibility of the city. Had anything happened to these girls, because they were primarily women, as I've said, according to those that were interviewed, these women, owners of different establishments or homes, their primary concern was that they were primarily women. All of that is the responsibility of the city government, certainly not Hybe or Big Hit. Nothing in the regulation says the concert organizer controls Busan Metro, city buses, municipal staffing, transportation schedules. Those require city government operation. Okay. Now, she said something very, very important. She said, this is her post, which I already showed earlier. In the case of stadium facilities, where is that? Oh, there you go. On the second paragraph, she said, therefore, the organizing agency is 100% responsible for hiring and management staff. One thing very, very clear. I personally read the entire law, the entire regulation, and then I asked AI to scan it to make sure that I'm not missing the word organizing agency. That does not appear in the regulation. In the regulation itself, the term organizing agency does not appear. I read it, it wasn't there. I asked AI to read it. I asked AI, did you find any terminology in English or in Korean that refers to organizing agency? I did not find it. Two different AIs did not find it. It does not exist, which means this is herself creating a terminology based on what she understands, not based on what the law actually states. The law talked about performance hall operators, person who intends to perform, person who intends to present a performance hall operators, operator of the relevant facility or venue, safety general manager, safety manager, local government official. The term organizing agency does not appear. Instead, the regulation actually repeatedly distinguishes between person holding the performance and operator of the venue. Dream With Us and ASHED. For example, Article 9-3 says the disaster response plan must be submitted jointly by the operator of the relevant facility and the promoter, which is the Dream With Us. Okay. So when the tweet says stadium management merely hands over physical facilities, this is the part where she said it. In the case of stadiums, the stadium management entity, such as the City Management Corporation, merely hands over the physical facilities such as gates, electricity, and basic lighting on the day of the rental, and does not provide any ground guidance personnel Absolutely wrong. Absolutely, absolutely wrong. This I did not see the language anywhere. In fact, the regulation imposes numerous duties on the performance hall operator, including disaster management plan, safety management, facility management, safety inspections, and safety organizations. Okay. All right. So the person, this is how I think she made the deduction. Unless she intentionally misled people. I don't want to think that of people. Maybe she really interpreted it wrong, but I think this is me trying to mind map how she came to that conclusion. She saw performance organizer or performance intending to hold the performance and said, that might be that means big hit because person intending to hold the performance means to her mind, that is the performer, the artist, and that means big hit. And big hit is the organizing agency. Then interpreted that as the sole responsible party. I think that's how she thought of it. I think maybe. Okay. So there were two different regulations. I read both. The Public Performance Act is the first one, and then the other one, the one that I presented to you. And in both, performance hall manager was clearly stated. It was clearly stated having most of the responsibilities when it comes to the stadium itself. So the person who establishes and management the performance hall. They also talked about disaster, and that includes disaster management plan. And you can find that in Article 11. Okay, I'm doing this so that you know I know where it came from. I'm not inventing this and putting it out of my behind. Okay, according to the Performance Management Act, the performance hall manager actually is in charge of disaster management plan, and you can find that in Article 11-1. They're also in charge of safety management expenses, Article 11-2. So if you want to check me, you can go to that website and check it. Safety education, Article 11-4. And then you have first step. Okay. So those are some of the responsibilities that, but I did that just so you know, I actually, uh, I actually really sat down and see how it actually played out. Okay. So I think, to her, she tried to translate it and then she stopped the translation. But the second step should have been legal interpretation, which should only really be done ideally by a legal expert. Okay. They also talked about escape guidance that should also be under the performance hall manager, Article 11, stage safety, Article 12. And then person intending to hold the performance is not BTS or Big Hit. That is the Dream With Us organization. And they should extend many of the, and they also have their own obligations. So disaster management planning. Okay. So just wanted to emphasize that. Um, why Hybe can't operate the venue? Why can't they just become the promoter themselves? Why can't they just put up the concert itself? Busan Asia is not high property, so it's very difficult for them. It would be just it's like going into somebody else's house and cooking there and making repairs when you have no authority over it and you have no plan. Yeah, you don't know the building plan. um, you don't know how the gate infrastructure works. So that's why they can't, because they don't know anything about the building. Now, the person intending to hold the performance is not a legal role. So, sorry, it is a legal role. It's not the performer. So when you see the regulation itself, when it says person intending to hold the performance, it's not BTS. They are not referring to the creative role. It's they're referring to the legal role of the organization. Okay. um so so this is like the people that are involved in that concert. You have on one side BTS, the performers, and then Big Hit is the artist management company. But then you have Dream With Us, potentially the promoter and the organizer, and then Busan Asia, which is the venue operator. So you have two different sections. You have two different factions. One is the creative side, BTS, they're just there to perform. And then you have Dream With Us, and then you have Busan Asia. Now, a lot of people are asking, is there a possibility that Big Hit bears some responsibility? Sure. Could it be Big Hit? Yeah, of course. It could be. There's always a possibility. I don't know how high the probability is, but there is a possibility. If Big Hit was the one who filed the permits and submitted the safety plans, they share some of the responsibility. So I'm not saying, again, when I started this, I said I'm not saying that Big Hit has no responsibility at all. I'm just saying that if there it can't be just one entity. It can't be just one entity. So you can't just, even if they bear responsibility, it can't just be them. Okay. It's their fault that they rented the stadium and contracted the water. It is absolutely their fault. Is there a coordinated campaign in Korea against Hype, or am I just imagining it? Wait, what else did I put here? Yeah, so if Dream with Us were the ones who filed the permit, if they did the safety plan, all of those things, if they are following the same procedure as the US, that is totally their responsibility. So here's the key clue, by the way. So in Article 11.11.6, it uses performance hall manager and person intending to hold the public performance. So they used those words, and that document is actually, so when they use those terminology, they specifically were talking about the logistical responsibilities, not the creative responsibility. So that's a clue on what they are, who they are referring to in the law. It's not Big Hit, it's not BTS. But as I've said, there's always a possibility that Big Hit was the one who filed the permit. I don't think they were the ones who filed the permit, but who knows? Okay. Okay, so saying that according to the Korean law, the organizing agency is 100% responsible. This is the only response I have. Show me where the term organizing agency appears in the statute, and where the statute says the responsibility is exclusive rather than shared with venue operator and other entities. Okay, they have questions. Is this business version of MHJ? I'm sure this is Hitman Bang's fault somehow. SK Media sure makes it look like they do not appreciate BTS. Guys, I know this is petty for me to ask. If I had money, I would buy Fairy Lane coffee or Super Thanks because she's always so Oh, okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm really upset with the Busan government just abandoning those people on the streets. That is breaking my heart. Yeah. So my friend, I told you about her experience in the paid live stream. So she did walk. She got to her hotel like 3.5 hours. Getting out was actually already a battle, according to her. So it took her about an hour to get out of the place, like the rush of people, for her to wiggle out of it. It took her about an hour. And then from the time that she started, okay, I'm going to walk, she made the decision, I'm going to walk to my hotel. It took her another 3 hours. So she got to her hotel like 5, I think, or 4 a.m. She said that almost the entire way she was sobbing. um she called me when she was walking home, because she was afraid, because it was early in the morning. So she was like, so she called me, um and when she called me, she was sobbing, and so I did not know actually how to sort of comfort her. So I was like, maybe we can just talk about the concert itself. Maybe that's going to make you feel better, to remember them. That was the only time she would stop sobbing, whenever she would recall the concert itself, because it was just like she said, that was like the best she has ever seen them live, and she's been a fan for a while, not as long as I have been, but she's been a fan for a while. So she said that's like the best performance I've ever seen. So she would stop whenever I we would talk about the concert itself for BTS. But then whenever it dies down, she goes back into crying. I have to go back and try to um comfort her. I texted her husband, because her husband wouldn't pick up. So I texted her husband. I said, call your wife because she's kind of sobbing. So when the husband called, we hanged up. So that's what happened to her. Okay. Dream with Us should be renamed A Nightmare with Us. Who is this person spreading lies about all of this? It's someone on Twitter who actually seems to be, I did not really go deep in her on her ex account, but it seems that she is a BTS fan. maybe a BTS fan and a big hit hater, one of those fans who seems to think um that the agency is useless and whatever, maybe. But when you look, I've said, I did not go deep into her ex account, but it seemed that she was a fan. Okay, wait, why did you delete the David is hardcore army always been? Why did I delete the DK comment? Okay, I don't know what that is. They should be working together. Okay, it did differentiate performance halls and venues such as sports stadiums. Can the writer be sued for defamation? She's wrongfully blaming Hybe. Can, if that is the operational word, yes, she can be sued. Whether Big Hit is going to do that or not is another entirely different story. Um, Both of them did, but David started it. Okay, I don't know what you're talking. Okay, I guess you're talking about something else. She shouldn't spread false information. She should not spread false information. That's so scary. Okay, so let's go through some of the emotional support picks. How's that? To make you all to make you feel better. Busan seemed to care so much about the hotel prices and taking care of tourists, yet the train and bus service didn't go late to actually help. If I had been there, I would never go back to Busan. There were some armies who actually started picking up people. Like they drove around to pick up people and try to shuttle them to where they're supposed to go. That's what I heard. Okay, let's go to some picks. There's just a lot of picks, but I knew you were gonna need it after that, so I said we're gonna do some emotional support picks. And my first offering is Jin's abs. Do you feel better now? Didn't BTS Hype do renovations in the Busan Stadium before the free concert? I vaguely remember something. Yes. So they did. This was for the Best Is Yet to Come concert, the free concert that they had. Yes. How did you miss this? Want us to faint? Okay, so let's keep it there so that you will have bigger smiles across your face. Okay, so I know that there was a picture of Jungkook trying to get the shirt off Jin. He didn't quite succeed, but I guess Jin did it himself. Okay, so there you go. I hope you're all smiling now. For 20. Oh, Nadira, Oraya, and Nadira. Oh, thank you. Why am I not seeing it? Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I did not see it. It usually should be giving me notice, but um chat show on stream. Do you guys not see each other's stream? Ah, okay. So I guess if I do that, it'll actually appear. There you go. You see, but it's covering my face. It's okay. Do you want it there? Compact. Rounded. Overlay. Oh, how's that? I'm discovering this. I did not know that I can actually do this. His short is short for us. The chat. Okay, the chat box is enough. All right. That's my first offering to you guys. I hope that made you smile. Okay. Next is okay, so this is more sweet. That's another picture of Jin. Um, we can tell. Thank you. Hi, PR isn't rubbish. The media is. Anything. Oh, there you go, Jazzy. You see, this is the first time. I usually see the super chat. This is the first time that I see it. So thank you, Jazzy. Thank you so much. Okay, so um, you know us too. Okay, that's another picture of Jin. I love this, by the way. I love this. I think this is one of my favorite pictures of him ever, next to the abs pic. I'm kidding. Okay, sugar smile. There is a lot of sugar coming. All right, more. So this was when they were singing Dimple. That was so he was pointing to his non-existent dimple. Okay, thank you, Jazzy, again. Okay, and then oh yeah, the legendary jacket, which he did not take off. Too bad. But maybe he will at some point in the future. By the way, let's not underestimate Jin because if you would remember, he was the one who started the shirtless trend. Remember when he took off his shirt? He took a picture of himself. Like he posted a picture of himself without his shirt because he was showing off the seven tattoo. Although his back was to the camera, but he started that trend and then everyone else started doing it in BTS. So don't underestimate him. Okay, next. I love this picture as well. Okay. Only his back, yeah. Only his back. If we're getting there. We have half his abs. Okay. There's another one. From the side. So you have that's the front. Oh, and then you have that. I don't know what you call that on the side. It's like the hips. I don't know what muscle is that. That? I don't know what that is. Do you know what I'm talking about? The hips, the side, the Adonis belt. Bang Luna said. The Adonis belt. Okay. And then the shirt. And then you have the front view. His waist is tiny. It is tiny. Obliques, he said. She said. Okay. Lower oblique. Okay. I'm learning things from you. Okay. And here is another one. I think this is my last gin picture. Oblique muscle. Lower oblique muscle. Shirtless Jimin in a photo shoot from 2015 to 2016. That was the first. Yeah, I mean, I was talking about when I think this is when they started their hiatus as a group because they were going to serve in the military. He was the first one to go shirtless on Weavers and he showed his tattoo. That's what I was talking about. Okay. Um okay, next. Next, I think I went sugar from sexy to cute. So this was during the sound check. I think day 2 sound check. Sure, Carol. I was talking about I explained it. I was talking about when they went on hiatus. He was the first one to go shirtless. During the hiatus. Okay. Next, yeah, I love that smile. I love the firstness of this picture. Don't you just love it? I love it. Love the shot. I always like I love pictures that tell a story. I also like just the abs. That's fine for me too. But I really love like my favorite pictures are the ones who tell stories. That's why I told you about the picture of RM sitting on the um what was that? The lifeguard. See, I love that picture because if you look up close, he seems to be sitting on his throne. And then you realize that he is sitting on a lifeguard seat, which means the king doesn't actually get to rest while everybody else enjoys his kingdom. He is at work. Okay. So I love pictures like that when he tells a story. Okay. Next is that one. The expression is fierce there, super attractive. Yes. Okay. It's during the performance. And then another one, same. set of pictures. Okay. Haven't seen this one hot. All of the members are looking better than ever. He is on fire. Yes. Love it. Okay, next. This one I like. I love his expressions when he's rapping because he doesn't overdo it. There's a lot of performers who overdo their expressions. He does not. He knows just the right amount of expression, facial expression. That's Kanda. Thank you. Thank you so much. Why is it not showing? Show. There you go. Thank you, Netskanda. Okay, next. And then here. So I think he's one of my favorite. No, actually, he's my favorite rap performer. Not just rapper, but rap performer. Because there's some performers I love listening to. Sorry, there are a lot of rappers I love listening to. They won't necessarily be a rapper I would like to see. Jo- Suga is like a performer to me. He knows how to rap, he knows how to rhyme, and he knows how to perform. Okay. Next, I love the shot as well because I love his movement on stage. Okay. No abs picture for him, by the way, if that's what you're hoping for. Okay. That's another picture of him. He is beautiful. Thank you for everyone that is donating to Fairlane Borahe. Thank you to everybody. Thank you, Cindy. Okay. Yoongi has been glowing since their comeback. This one, yeah. Next. Okay. Love this picture as well. So, needless to say, I love him in white shirts. I love it when he's simple. Okay, so this is my J Hope collection, the start of my J Hope. I'm second gen, so my favorite rappers were the guys from Big Bang. For Big Bang, I like T.O.P. I like him. Okay. Next, you know, J Hope is easy to photograph. The way that he moves on stage makes it easy for you to capture great shots of him. Okay, J Hope. We've seen his abs plenty. So I think one of the things I love about his concert is that um I think during the last part, I think where he would go to the backstage just to oil his abs and then go back out wearing this exact same thing. He just oiled his abs. Okay. Thank you for that. Well, it's helping us all. So okay, there you go. J Hope, more J Hope. Never enough. Okay, one of my favorite parts of the show is the beginning of mic drop. He just opens it so well. Like it's Jay. I keep on saying that Jay has completely taken over. Like there are times when Jay Hope would actually reappear, but I think Jay has so completely taken over. This is Jay now that we're seeing. Okay. This is my favorite shot of all his J Hope pictures, all of his J pictures on stage. This is my favorite because it's in action in the middle of doing something. It's dynamic. Okay. Here's this biceps for you. We like J. Okay. Phoebe Brown, you're welcome. Okay, so his abs, not abs, biceps. Love this, yeah. All right, now we go into RM, our leader. He looks like he's flying. He does look like he's flying. Okay. RM in action. So there's another picture similar to this one. That's my favorite. But this one I like this one too. This one. I love this picture. I love the crowd behind him. I love everything about it. I love his I love his expression. I feel like I don't know why, but I feel like this embodies him on stage. Like the command, like he does not need to move. He can just stand there. Like this is RM for me. Okay. And this is during the last Ment, the Ment for the second day in Busan. When the members asked him if they can do another, like, oh, let's ask the leader if you can do another karaoke song where they sang Magic Shop. Okay. Did you all see how happy June looks as he flowed through that? Okay, he is free there, very free. All seven members are gorgeous. Oh yeah. And then classic RM. I love this picture of him. I think I've posted this several times already because I just love it. Okay. Perfect. And then a little bit of his shoulder. Okay. Someone said actually this is worse than him going shirtless. The leader. He is the leader. Okay. He is more performer now than leader on stage. I think he feels free. He kind of said that. Yeah. I think he's sort of implied that several times. Um like yeah, that he's enjoying it more now because he's not thinking about a lot of things anymore. Um and I think that's why he said, when was that? Was it the live stream with him and J Hope or something? I can't quite remember. But he did say that I like the days when we're performing more than I the days when we're not. Like he's really into it now. And he's really like an extreme extrovert. He's an extreme extrovert. So I think the stage really does him well. Okay. I posted this. This is during live stream, just because you can actually see his specs. Is that what it's called? Like the chest? Is that the pecs? Am I right? So his chest. Am I right in calling it the pecs? He's enjoying every performance and show still with his sunglasses, pecs, right? Okay, pecs, yeah. So you can clearly see his specs in this picture. So I posted it. There you go. But this was during the sound check. Okay, now we go Jimin. Yes, specs. Love his smile. Okay, we'll go Jimin. Okay, action shot. Always love. As I've said, when a picture tells a story, I love it. Okay. Someone said like, oh, he's about to spread his pixie wings. That's what he was supposed to do. Elvin Prince. He is an Elvin Prince. Love this picture. Love this picture. Okay. This time around, they're enjoying the concerts and time off. Yes, they do. Okay. Love this picture. Okay. So these are two different pictures. Same pose. Almost the same pose. I think someone made it closer. There you go. Just because they like seeing the happiness in his face. Okay. But it's the same picture. All right. Love this. The look. I know some armies actually don't believe this, but Jimin has an aristocratic elegance in him. He can actually feel and look so intimidating. Um, it's a good thing he's very sweet. Like when he talks, he has this sweet tone in him. But actually, if you're Korean, that only adds to the aristocracy. But there's that he's very intimidating. Like if you don't know, if he enters a room, that's why a lot of people don't like it when he's not talking because he looks intimidating. The way he stares at people, there's just like an aristocratic elegance in him. Okay. Okay, there's your Mochi and your lion. What's his problem? uh the Legolas Targaryen. Yeah, he's transitioning to become Legolas. Nobody can stop it. Nobody can stop his transition. Yeah. It's just that he's transitioning to become Legolas. Okay. I would look at that. I mean, look at that eyes. It's intimidating. I really, um, I got disconnected. I saw it. I saw my, I saw, I saw a notice on my system. But I really would. I know he has no interest in acting. He said that many, many times. Like acting is not something that he wants to do or even try. But if he ever does, I really, really think he should either play something like the role of Legolas or be like a serial killer or something. Like my novel, which I haven't given you an update on for quite a while. But yeah, modeling, yeah. Yeah, he said he has no interest though. He also has a lot of businesses, so he probably doesn't have the time. Maybe. And there's your braid, because a lot of people really want to see his braid. There's your braid. I mean, I can just like, no, not a serial killer. I can just see like his stylist having a lot of fun with his hair. I think he wakes up or she wakes up in the morning and go, or at night he goes home at night and like, what am I gonna do with Jim's hair this time? I think she's having a lot of fun, and I hope that they go and adventure with his hair while he is in his blonde long hair era. I hope they go crazy. Jimin is so sweet, but I can see he is intimidating. Remember the conversation that I had, and I will tell you. I'll do this in the Friday live stream. Like those people that I've spoken with in Korea, those are some of the things that they actually said. What businesses does he have, Fairlane? I'll discuss in my live stream, Friday live stream. I don't want to say it here. Okay. So they actually said that's actually one of the reasons they Koreans actually find him so manly. It's the intimidating aura in him. He's very precise. I actually said that in my live stream when I did the dedicated video about him. It's a series, and then on his in the Rolling Stone interview, I actually discussed that. Kind of explained a little bit of that, like the way that he talks is very his words are very precise. Yeah. And then his sweetness, he's very sweet, but his sweetness actually adds to the intimidating aura in him because he's sweet and then his words are very precise. So it kind of doesn't match. Okay, which makes him even more. He's very decisive, very sure. Okay, that look again. That eyes. Okay, those pair of eyes. Okay. And then we go to uh V. Okay. This is one of my favorite pictures of him because I think it does represent him on stage. He can shift from being playful to being badass to being just drop dead hot, all in a matter of seconds. So I think this perfectly encapsulates him. So this is the same, just a different lighting. Okay. Our playful baddie. Yeah. I love this glasses on him. I think this is like his perfect one of my favorite outfits on him. This one. Absolutely love it. I can imagine how hot it can be proportionally gifted. What about 100% gifted? Unfairly gifted. When God gave a gift, he got them all. Oh, how selfish. Okay. All right. Um, that's him. And then there's another one. I love this one better than this one. I love both pictures. But as you know, I love action pictures. That's why I love this. Okay. There you go. I think this was, I do not think this is Busan. I could be wrong, but I don't think this is Busan. Thank you, Nuna V. Um, was this? It could be Busan actually. V is built different. They are all photogenic. V-Min. Jimin acts like Gemini, not Libra. Busan Day 2. A. Brown said Busan Day 2. Busan Day 2. Okay, we can always count on Nuna V for V. Can I share what? All of these pictures? Okay. I'll put it on Patreon. I'll upload it and you can just grab the pictures. Um this actually has there is a continuous video which I was able to get, or someone sent it to me. They were actually shooting, finger shooting him and Jin each other. That this was like one continuous thing. They were finger shooting each other, Jim and him, and then he shot at everyone. Thanks, very sure. Okay. I love this picture too. Also love this picture. I just think that this glasses is perfect for him. Okay. I love when they asked him as leader. I love when he does the tongue thing. This one too. I love this too. But so far that's the other one is my favorite shot. This one. This one. I don't know why. It's just this is also an action pic, but I think there's just something more unguarded on that picture. Okay. Salsa picante. Did you get a pic with V and the plushie? Oh, I have a story about that. I'll when I get there, I'll tell you. But yes, I have it. Okay, Jungkook. Okay, we now go to the matinee. All right. By the way, this is not even like 10% of the pictures that people have been sending. I chose like 9 to 10 per person. But I have more. So maybe we'll do like emotional support pics every live stream. Okay, Jungkook. This is actually one of my favorite outfit on him. I know this is simple, but I just love it on him. Maybe because this is different. It's white. I just went like closer because I know a lot of you would actually want to see him closer. I love that we can see a little bit of the details of his tattoo here. If you have Tay abs pic, please post that soon. I have some. Yeah, when he's jumping, it goes. I'll do it next time. Okay. Um, I just love it. Just straight up Jungkook. 13 picks to celebrate their 13th anniversary, please. 13 each. Okay. I'll do 13 each. It's easy. Okay. Love the wink. Okay. And then love this one too. Sorry, there's a lot of this. Sure. Because I really love the fit. I really love this ensemble on him. Okay. Jungkook. Another Jungkook. Flirt. Ice. Bello. Holy hotness. Jimin managed to stay clothed in Ice. Jimin are so cute. Flirt. Our Maknae. Okay. I like the darker swim jackets. Okay. Next picture. Oh, this was when he was threatening to take off his jacket. He was wearing a tank. He did not, though. At least we got a glimpse of what's on his chest. But he was like, I'm going to take it off. He did not. Okay. Next, I love this one too. Love the white jacket on him. All pics are my favorite. I love it. I love this one. So he's not blowing a kiss. He's actually about to drink his water. His water. He's holding a bottle of water. I think he's about to drink. And his mom in crowd. Yeah, I don't really take it well when I see people spreading pictures of their family members. It's one thing I'm okay with family members who are public personalities, like the sister of J Hope, but only post when she's in public gathering, of course. But like for the parents, unless they post it, don't post it. I don't like it. Okay, so I actually posted something nasty about it because there's someone who keeps on posting a picture of Jungkook's mom. Okay, we go to unit pics. I absolutely love this too. I love their dynamic. Okay, so this was a big hit released. I think they're just being Jungkook and Jin. They're being Jin and Jungkook backstage. And then so that is same like situation. So from him biting Jungkook's hand to them posing here, and then on the other side is the other four members. So that's the other. Okay, so that's left side and that's right side. Okay, this is them 80% of the time. Yeah, maybe 99% of the time. Okay, and then this is I think the next one is the full pic. Oh no. Okay, still them. So obviously Jungkook bothering Jin, or just Jungkook being Jungkook to Jin. Okay. Next, still the same thing. So I guess he's forcing Jin to stretch maybe. Someone commented Jungkook switched his bias from RM to Jin. Okay, so I guess he's forcing Jin to stretch or something. Maybe he's stretching Jin. And then this still the two of them. Okay. So now this is Jin bothering Jungkook. I have a video of them day 4 when I was in the VIP sound check. I actually have a video of them. The entire sound check, Jin was trying to bother Jungkook. He was trying to annoy Jungkook unsuccessfully. But he wouldn't like let up. He didn't even pay attention to the crowd. It was I mean, I was talking about Jin. The two of them. They were just like trying to annoy each other. Still the two of them. Okay. Lots of Jin Jungkook pictures. Jin getting payback, too cute, playful. Yeah. And the two of them. This is my favorite picture of them. It's just Jungkook has a Jin smile. He has a Jin Young smile. They missed each other so much. They should not be separated. Okay, so this is the one that you were talking about, the plushie. So Jungkook was actually the first one to see it. He noticed the plushie first. So in the video, he actually like saw it, he caught a glimpse of it and it was like, what is that? And then when he realized it was a plushie of of why did I forget the dog's name? Of the dog, Tan. There you go. Of Tan. He called Yontan, yeah, Tan. So he called V. He actually like he really looked for him. He made an effort to look for him and call him. Like at first he couldn't see him. He was like, "No, wait, I need to find him." And he finally saw V and he called him. And that was when V approached. Okay, so Jungkook actually showed him like, "Look, that's Tan." And then, so he was like, V was so happy. Now, I'm not going to show you when he's actually holding the plushie because allegedly, the person who has the plushie is a scalper. And she's a very toxic fan. She was like, on her post, she was blasting other members. So I decided not to show her. I'm sorry. So oh no, I do not ship. I don't ship. Which actually leads me to say this. So last week someone was actually asking why do I keep on using the terminology the term solo to refer to solo fan bases, and I kind of said I've addressed this before, I won't just address it again, but I said briefly it's because they are solo fan bases, but I don't support toxic solo fan bases. And I said that the pictures that putting here are primarily from fan bases that are recognized by the members. Okay, so so just someone said like I was a little too dismissive. Okay, so I apologize if I came across that way. Just want to make my stance clear that I have long ago decided I'm not gonna hold myself hostage on terminologies, on name calling. I won't be afraid to be called something because I have realized long ago that if you allow people to see, or if you just allow people, if you allow other people, if you allow yourself to get affected by how other people call you, they'll just keep on doing that. Like if someone calls me the B word, if I get pissed, if I get offended by it, they're just going to keep on doing that. So I have long ago decided, okay, I'm not going to hold myself hostage to any of that. So the same thing, I do the same thing with terminologies in K-pop. When someone calls somebody solo, I don't necessarily think it's bad. They're just a solo fan. Like they just like one member. There's nothing wrong with that. And my golden rule has been I'm okay if you're a solo for as long as you don't talk shit about other members. So there you are. I don't mind even shippers. I don't mind for as long as you don't insist that I support your shipping. Then you can ship. But stay keep that away from me. I don't like getting into the personal lives of these people. That's why I don't like the members, the other people posting pictures of their family members because that's their personal life, right? So I don't like talking about their friendship outside of BTS unless they are the ones who talked about it because I believe that's personal life. And so the same thing with their romantic life. I don't really care whether the scandals are true or not. It's none of my business. So the same thing with solos. I don't care if they are a solo, for as long as they are not talking shit about other members. So that's where I stand, just in case. Okay, so um, so next time somebody calls me, you're a solo. You're I don't care. Like you don't get to dictate how I feel based on your words. I will put meaning into the words on me. I'll do that. Okay. All right. So, um, Denise. Okay. So just block her. I don't know what she's. I. It seems that it's not visible to me. Maybe she's hiding it from me. I don't see what she's saying, but just block her. Okay. So and the same thing about like you saying unit names. Now I can freely say right when I say Tekok, when I say Jikok, when I say Teji, you know that I'm not referring to the ship. I'm referring to the name, the username. But that is because I kept on using it until you got used to the fact that I'm just using it as a unit name to refer to them. So that has freed me from that. I don't have to be careful around it because you're used to it. So I want to do the same thing on all of these other things. Okay. Denise, they said, is the one was who was blocked. So just block her. Okay. So they were looking at. So the reason I did not show her, because someone actually told me about that incident, and then she gave me the link of the person's account. So I looked at it, and she is kind of like nasty to other members, and also she's a scalper. However, I decided not to show her um, account here because I haven't personally dug deeper into her account. Once I do, then I will post on Patreon that I won't allow any of her content. But I have to investigate first. Okay. So Denise Ross 8108 is the one that you should block. Just block her. Just no need for that. Okay. Next, oh, that's V and RM. There's a front view of that. I think I put it here. There you go. There you go. I actually saw I was looking at this picture, someone posted it, and then they screen capped something that RM said in one of their live streams or one of their interviews, I think. I can't quite remember. But it was him talking about um, how he actually has mastered the V language, the Tel language. He said that initially he was like, oh my God, this guy's not going to follow me ever. But then now he speaks his language so well. V looks young here. Yeah, but considering this is day two of Busan. Okay. And I asked this question in Patreon. How on earth did Big Hit land this Macne line? How on earth did they land this Macne line? What a Macne line. What a Macne line. Oh my God. Did they save an entire planet in their past lives to land this Macne line? What a Macne line. Okay, and my favorite picture, that is also why I used it as a cover, as a thumbnail. Just I love this picture. I love it. Okay. Suga and his best friend Defender. All right. And then these are some of their OT7 pictures. Bang PD doesn't get enough credit. um, I love that picture. I know, right? It's really one of my favorite. Okay. More of that. This one I really love. Three spell trouble. Okay, so same concert. So I think this is Magic Shop. They were singing Magic Shop. Swim, obviously. Meant. They're meant. Listen, I want the okay. So she's still there, so just keep on blocking her. Um okay, so this is this is buddy to buddy. This is buddy to buddy performance. Someone said they are just seven dumplings in a microwave doing their best. Isn't that the best caption? She had like four pictures of them sitting on the microwave. On the microwave, and they were like, "Oh, look at my seven dumplings in a microwave doing their best." It was so cute. Okay, and then RM in the middle this time. Nadira, just block her. Just block her. Okay, at least she can yap. No one's going to see her anymore. Okay, so just block Denise. Okay, and then so this guy takes really good pictures. Nexos, to want to check them out. Someone sent me a set of their pictures. I haven't actually explored all of their IG, but if you want to check them out, Nexo Studios on IG. Okay. Okay. Denise 0329 is not the one that we are blocking. Denise 0329 is not the one that we're blocking. It's the other Denise. It's Denise Ross 8108. So Denise Ross 8108 is the one that you're blocking. Okay? Just want to make it clear. So Denise Ross 8108 is the one that you're blocking. She's the shipper, I think, or toxic shipper or something. And then Denise, what's your the other Denise is not it. It's the Denise Ross. That's the one that you're blocking. So she's the toxic shipper. I'm okay if you're shipping for as long as you're not toxic. You're all good to me. Okay. Next is so this is a set of their pictures. They've posted a lot of pictures of BTS in their IG. So this is one set that they have. I think this is the latest set that they have. Okay. Love that Jin picture. Absolutely love this. Okay. She's blocked. Okay. Is there any reason there are no moderators here? There I had one, she left. Maybe I'll think about getting a moderator. I don't know how to go about these things. Getting a moderator. Um okay, so that's J Hope. And Jungkook. Okay. I'm trying to turn the page. And that's RM. Okay. Um all right. So this is another picture. This is one side of the picture and then the other side of the picture is the other three. Um and then and then and then I have one final picture of them, I think. So this is one side and then another side. Okay. And then Jungkook's my last picture. Okay. There you go. That's your emotional picture. Can you believe we actually consumed like 40 minutes on that? I have one more. I was going to talk about um wait, where is that? Where is that? I was going to talk about Google Gemini, but I can probably do that on Wednesday. So thank you so much for being with me. But do you have questions before I go? So okay, by the way, we are I do want to go to Korea when they do an encore. So that's probably like 2027, second, maybe third quarter of 2027. I do want to go there for an encore. So I want this to be a little bit well more planned. So if you guys want to go, I think we'll have fun. We can go to Busan, we can go to Daegu, we can go to Ilsan, their different home cities. Or just explore Seoul, the different places that that are attached to them. Please come. Let me know. But we won't know. I guess they're not gonna announce that until much later. Um, I saw the concert at the movies and sat with a Filipino family who were so much fun. Carla, you should have befriended them. I swear, I promise you, when you have a Filipino family friend, you're going to have the best meal of your life every weekend. Um, our Uber driver in Vegas actually had a Filipino friend, and she's like, "That's the best decision I've ever had for my appetite," because she always eat the best during the weekend when her Filipino family friend is at home and they're just chilling out. She would always get invited, and there's like lots of food, lots of singing. Um, so yeah, highly recommend it. Can we make plans for a group trip? Yeah, please. I really do want to do it this time. I know that I wanted to do it the last time, but there were so many things going on. And primarily it was because a lot of people opted to just watch here in the US instead of going to South Korea. So, but maybe since, okay, that's done, we have time to save more money again. um we can I did their all in okay, perfect, that's perfect. So if we can actually like plan for a trip in South Korea, am I watching in Bulacan? I want to. I still don't have tickets. I don't know how I'm going to get tickets, but if I ever score one, I still want to go. I want to visit my family members anyway. The reason I wasn't able to get tickets, Ticketmaster was kicking me out. I was on time for my queue. I was 2,000 in queue. So I was pretty confident I was going to get a ticket. I mean, never mind if it's not VIP. I thought, oh, I'm going to get a ticket, but Ticketmaster kept on kicking me out. So anyway, yeah, I don't know how. I am positive I will get a ticket. I don't know how, but I feel like there's going to be some miracle and I'm going to get tickets and I'll watch. But I definitely will go and watch them on their anchor in South Korea. So if we can plan like a trip so that we can explore and go to these places. I mean, I've live streamed I went to Busan, Daegu, and of course Ilsan in RM's hometown. I want to really go to the hometown of J-Hope, V, and Jin. Elizar has box tickets for, yeah, there are, if there's anybody looking for Australia tickets. So Elizar has box tickets, and then there's another one who has suite suite tickets. So if you want. Robin Bryce, can we get a box in where? Box where? My sisters are planning to go to Korea next year. I mentioned in Jackie and Barbara when I met them in Vegas that it will be fun to go as a group. It would be really fun. Can we also make answers for ticket purchases? Answers for ticket purchases? I said I wish. Any chance for tickets in LA? Is there a group on Discord? Yeah, there's a group on Discord. Go ahead and go there. Yes, there are some people that are still selling. So Jay Cabrera, how are you? I'm good, Jay. Thank you. I'm looking for tickets for LA. I'm looking for tickets for LA, but I want VIP. But I'm positive I'm gonna get one. I have one. I have one floor ticket, so I have one VIP ticket. I want one more, and then I have one C level ticket. Day one and day two. So I don't have day three and day four. That's where I'm looking for VIP, but preferably like closer than usual. And then C level tickets. Would be interested in going in CK. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for staying with me. And I'll see you Wednesday. Bye.